Ask a brother a question. So, yeah. So, we've identified that the reason that our people are in these conditions is because we broke his commandments, right?
Right.
So, if that be the case, what is it that we have to do?
Teshuvah.
To solve.
Teshuvah. Well, I'm sorry, that's the Hebrew term to turn back. Turn back to the law, statutes, commandments, and traditions of the Most High.
So how do we turn back to his commandments?
Deuteronomy. The Torah tells us all of that.
The Bible.
Right.
So that means that, go to Hebrews 5 and 12. So that means that we must learn what the Bible actually tells us to do.
Yeah. Now, I do feel like we got to learn what the Bible tells us what to do in the context and the time which the Bible was written. Like, for instance, back in the day it was written in Hebrew. If it was written in Hebrew, that's why I use the actual Hebrew terms, because it carries more weight than this Latin we're speaking right now.
So let me ask this. Did you speak Hebrew?
No.
Do you? Brother in the camera, you speak Hebrew? You speak Hebrew?
No, sir.
Go to Isaiah 29. The reason I say that is because it's not beneficial. It's not beneficial for us to learn the Bible in a language that we don't understand. And on top of that, you look at the Hebrew language now. It's what our people learn, and what people learn now is called Yiddish.
Right.
It's not the pure tongue.
That's why you got to go back to the pure tongue.
There is no more pure tongue.
You got to listen.
I'll listen to you. Go ahead. But there is no pure tongue.
The closer we got to it, no, facts. You're right, because we went through so many, even during the time of the Messiah, it was an Aramaic dialect of Hebrew. But he understood the Paleo Hebrew as well, because he still had scrolls back then.
Because he was taught it.
Correct, because he was taught it. So,
but he was still alive.
Right, he was. Like, just like his parents left him, and he was back in the temple studying when his parents left him. But regardless of that, it's better, in my personal opinion, because I know everybody got their opinion, it's better to learn it from a dialect of what the Bible was written in versus a language that can't even comprehend majority of the context and the meaning. Like, for instance, right now, I can tell you 10,000 years from now, yeah, Delion said it was cold, or he looked cold. They could be saying, oh, my language, you look nice, or you look like it was freezing. Context matters.
Listen, let's read this. Isaiah 29, wait a minute, 9, 13.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 11. You know, for his stammering lips in another tongue will he speak to this people.
So God already prophesied through Isaiah that through stammering lips in another tongue. So back to the picture that we looked at earlier, is that our people who came from Africa, whatever we spoke in Africa, the different languages there, we spoke Hebrew when we were there. We ended up getting other languages from our different captivities over here. We moved to South America. South America, they mainly speak Spanish, but they have different dialects in Spanish. So one Spanish is not the same as the other Spanish. And then you have us in North America. We have English. The majority of people speak English here. You have people in Europe. You have a different language there. So wherever you go, you're going to find a different language, right? So the point is that God says from a stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people. Meaning that he's going to teach us in different languages. So that means that our people are going to learn the Bible in different languages. So is the Lord going to put the Bible together in a way that we cannot understand it? No. So something like thou shalt not kill. There's no misunderstanding of translation in thou shalt not kill. And thou shalt not steal. There's no misunderstanding in translation of that. There's a many, all the laws you read, a translation or a dialect is not going to change the meaning so much that we cannot understand it today. So that's why we say, and that's what the Bible says, with another tongue he will speak to his people. Let's get Zephaniah. Is it 9 and 3 or 3 and 9? 3 and 9, real quick, and I want to get to the good point. So Zephaniah, Zephaniah 3 and 9. So it doesn't matter what language you learn it in, because that's what we know. If I speak to this brother in Hebrew, or I speak to you in Spanish, if I speak to you in Spanish, right over your head, you know Spanish? A little bit. So I'm only going to get you a little bit. You're not going to know everything because you don't understand.
That's why
huevos is eggs in Spanish, it still means the same
It's
thing.
the same thing.
Not important. He said,
Right.
got you. We got to come to him as new babes. Babes meaning we got to relearn everything. What we
But
taught
that's the
was
thing.
fine.
We can't read Zephaniah 3 and 9. 3 and 9.
That's
Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9.
Read it out.
For then will I turn to the people of pure language.
At what point will God turn to us a pure language?
when he returned.
When he returns. So there's no purpose to be worried about a language now because it's going to be given to us later. If I understand English and I understand Spanish, I understand French, Creole, whatever I understand, that's what I'm going to have to know and learn in until Christ returns. Every law that's in this Bible is going to be expounded upon in that day. Was that Corinthians 12 about we see through a glass darkly? Corinthians 12, find that book. But let's go straight to the passage.
That's Corinthians
13 and what? And 8. Go to 13 and 8. So I just want to make sure we all understand. That's why I'm going there.
This is your point.
13 to 12?
Yes, 13 to 12.
Read 13 to 12.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 12. For now we see through a glass darkly.
So we have only so much understanding. Go ahead. So this dilation, there's nothing in here that we're misunderstanding. I'll put it that way.
Oh, no,
But go ahead.
But then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known.
So basically, we're going to learn the Bible as it's supposed to be learned in that day. When Christ returns, it's going to be face to face. He's going to teach us. He's going to teach us what the Bible really means. So you, for instance, I know you have some understanding of who the Israelites are. So you understand there's other camps, right?
Yeah.
Right? So you got some camps that say we can rape. You got some camps that say we can't rape. You got some camps that say that we don't have to keep the commandments. Some say that we can keep the commandments. In that day, Christ will show us what the true understanding is. That's what's going to happen in that day. So there's no need to is that 1 Timothy 6 about I'm trying to think what I was saying. Noting about questions or strife of words. Is that it? 6:20. Yeah, 6:20. Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 4. He is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmise, perverse disputings of men.
So the point says, where we at? It says, doting about words, questions and strifes of words, meaning these things don't make or break salvation for any of us. So we have to focus on things that are valid for our salvation.
So you're saying pretty much beginner kidding for everybody, which is true. I would beginner kidding for everybody.
This is it. This is the point. 1 Peter 1 and 2 and 1. 2 and 2. 2 and 2 the milk, right? All right. 2 and 2. So understand there's things that are much more important than languages. Because God would have given us these languages if He wanted us to learn in a different language.